What's up, it's Nez, and hello everyone, and welcome back to Line. In the first episode, we were in the creepy dream that we were in a never-ending bathroom, and there was a girl in the mirror that was us, but wasn't really us. And we had a depressing day on our way to school, at school, and then back at home. Great life! Judging by the change in atmosphere, it looks like we're in another dream. Wonderful. Announcer. And next, we have number 86. Miss Harper, will you please step onto the stage? Oh, snap. Hello, that's a nice dress. I want to obey the disembodied voice, but I can't. And there goes our stress. Up yet again. My legs are trembling like a baby deer's. My heart is pounding. I can hear them all. The crowd. They're cheering. It's so loud it hurts. They're getting more and more excited. The previous act is ushered off of stage. The red X that marks the spot is free. Waiting. I feel sick. Why did I sign up for this? I don't think I did sign up for this. It must have been Susie. Wait, what? This is real? We saw an advert on TV a while back and Susie said that it was a great opportunity. You wouldn't want to miss out on a shot at stardom, would you? She asked. I would, very much so. I wouldn't. That's me. I don't like performing in front of other people. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not pretty like Susie. I'm not self-confident. I'm not anything, really. Why am I here? I want to turn around and leave, but I've already come this far. I can't back out now. The roar from the crowd is almost deafening. Miss Harper, will you please step onto the stage? The disembodied voice calls me again, crackly and distorted. It sounds impatient. The crowd are getting impatient too. So is Susie. She's standing behind me. When did she get there? And she pushes me between my shoulder blades. Her eyes are narrowed. Come on, Lynne, we've worked so hard for this. You can't back out now. I don't know. I'm nervous. You can't be nervous, not after we worked on your choreography. And you have such a cute outfit too. It'd be a shame not to flaunt it. Cute? I'm not so sure. This outfit would probably look cute on Susie, but it doesn't look cute on me. My skirt is too short. It's several inches above my knees. One stress, yep, going up and up and up. If I move around too much, I'll be in serious danger of exposing my underwear to the entire nation. What was I thinking? I never think. The longer I stand here in the wings, paralyzed with fear, the harder and harder it gets for me to think, until I start to unthink. Everything I might have thought is slipping out of my skull, like somebody's drilled a hole in my head. Susie, please, I can't. You have to. Aki composed this song especially for you. Aki? Wait, what? I glance over Susie's shoulder. Aki's there, because of course he is. He was always there. He came to see me because he composed a song for me and now I have to dance to it. He's in his 30s, but he doesn't look that old, though when I squint I can see small lines between his eyes. His teeth are a little yellow too, and there are blemishes across his skin. Ah, gross! You've been dating this guy? I can't imagine Susie's dating somebody like this, but he is rich so. And your mother made your costume, you can't let her down. That's right, I made it just for you, darling. Mom? Why are you here? Mom? Don't look so surprised, dear. I wanted to come and cheer you on. Somehow, with all the people appearing here all at once, I think this really is another dream. Oh, fuck. Hello, Jazz. Hi. That's right, you can do it, Lynne. Our stress is going up and up. And Jazz? Jazz is here too? Why wouldn't Jazz be here? If Aki's here, who I'm sure I've never met before, it makes sense Jazz would be here too. But maybe he was so ashamed at the thought of his favorite daughter making a fool out of herself on national television that he couldn't bear to show up. I don't think I blame him. Miss Harper, if you are there, will you please come onto the stage? The audience are stamping their feet against the floor. I can hear them. They stamp over and over again. It echoes inside my skull. Getting really stressed there. My heart pounds harder and harder. You can do it, Lynne. Don't back down, you're meant to be the smart one. I've always wanted at least one of my children to amount to something. Wow, Mom, saying that in front of Jazz. Hey, what about me, Mom? But You worry too much, Lynne. You need to live a little. That's why you've never had a boyfriend. I feel like I'm going to be sick, but maybe Susie's right. I do need to live a little. Wait, what? I can't give up before I've tried. I breathe in deeply and square my shoulders. My stomach's churning and I think I'm about to be sick, but I try to suppress it. The show must go on. The show will go on whether I want it to or not. The lights on the stage are far too bright. The roar of the crowd is deafening. I feel like I've been tossed off the side of a ship. I'm drowning in sounds and sensations. There's so many colors I can see the white lights flickering inside my eyelids when I blink. This stage is the only thing that separates me from the crowd. If they wanted, they could swarm towards and pull me down at any time. Hurt me. Trample me. Break me. I shiver. Susie and Aki and Jazz and my mother are waiting for me in the wings, just beyond the plush red curtains, but I've never felt so alone. My fingers tremble. My makeup is starting to run. I'm sweating foundation and eyeshadow and mascara like some sort of clown. A circus freak. The crowd goes wild. So, Miss Harper, will you please introduce yourself? What brings you to searching for the stars? What did bring us here? I need to lift my head. Stop looking at my feet. I doubt I'm making a good impression. My grip about the microphone spasms. When did I have a microphone? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm Lynne Harper, and I'm 15 years old. I go to Grace Court Secondary School, and I'm not good at anything. The audience laughs appreciatively. But my friend Susie made me sign up for this, and she put together a routine for me, so I'm going to sing and dance. Oh god. Oh god, this is fucking anxiety simulator. Really? You're unprepared, you're up there. You're gonna make a fucking fool of yourself, Lynne. And I can't bear to watch this. This is fucking anxiety simulator right here. Alright, do your best. Yes, thank you. The music begins to play. It's a song Aki composed for me, but there's something wrong with it. The fuck is up with this music? It's muffled and distorted, like it's playing from the bottom of the ocean. This is a fucking dream, I know it! I know it! Thousands of beady, unblinking eyes are trained on me. They all want to see me fail. The fuck is up with this music? This is way too sensual for a 15-year-old girl to be doing in front of national television. Maybe this is what I deserve. I watch Britain's Got Talent and The X Factor in the living room with Jazz sometimes, whenever they're on, and we always snigger obligingly at the crap acts. The old women with false teeth who can't sing. The stunt artists who trip and fall over on their feet. The comedians who can't get a single smile, let alone a laugh. It's just a public exercise in meanness, really. It's a way to mock and belittle those who dare to think that they have talent. But I don't think that. I know I don't have any talent. I'm just Lynne. Plain Lynne. I don't even have an extra E at the end of my name. And speaking of which... What happened? Oh. Hi! Lynne? Line? With an E? Yeah, let's just call you Line to differentiate you. There's a girl in the audience. I recognize her. She's sitting between two dark shadowy figures without eyes or noses or ears or mouths. Yeah, this is definitely a nightmare. In contrast, this girl's features are very sharp. Her eyes are awfully familiar. So is her nose, her mouth, her eyes, her ears, her hair. She looks just like me, but she isn't me. She can't be me because I'm up here and she's down there. Line? The music is really creepy. The music continues. I stand there feeling stupider and stupider with every passing second. I sweat makeup. Animal fat rolls off my skin and goblets. The audience are getting reckless. They start calling out to me. I can't hear what they're saying. I'm glad too. But I get the general gist. They stamp their shadowy feet. They point with their shadowy fingers. They shout with their shadowy mouths. Get her off stage! She's not doing anything! What a waste! A waste. I really am. A waste. I feel faint. I think I'm going to collapse until... a strange scuttling sensation begins to creep. No, not just creep. Caress my body. Ah, okay. That's some very uncomfortable mental imagery right there. The touch is almost intimate, but in such an incredibly wrong way it makes the hairs stand up at the back of my neck. No, please, whatever shadowy figure is trying to caress this girl, stop! Stop! What's happening? Yeah, stress is going up, no shit! There are feelers all over my body, or maybe they're not even feelers. Could they, instead, be legs? Yes, legs. That's what they are. Wait, legs? Hundreds upon hundreds of legs. What's happening? They trail down the small of my back. They probe the dark crevice of my belly button. They squirm against the inside of my thighs. They're everywhere. All of them. Horrible, horrible monsters. My body's crawling with dozens upon dozens of millipedes. What the fuck? The hell's up with the mental imagery in this game? Where did they come from? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever find out. The audience are laughing. The sound threatens to burst my eardrums. I have very narrow ear canals. Mom said it was a medical condition. It runs in the family. I can't deal with all of this. These disgusting, filthy, horrible creatures. I try to bat them away, brush them off. A few millipedes fall from my thighs. They land upside down on the wooden stage, their legs squirming pathetically in the air. Hundreds upon hundreds of legs. I step on them. They burst, leaking black insect fluid all over the modern stage. The audience laughs harder. They're pounding their feet against the floor. The stage seems to shake. Why are they all enjoying this so much? What did I do wrong? No matter how many millipedes I shake off my body, yet more spawn to replace them. They're endless. They continue to wriggle and writhe, covering every inch of my body. Between my toes. Against my armpits. Even inside my the mouth! Why the mouth? I choke, gag. Thousands of tiny legs, even tinier than pipe cleaners, try to prise my lips open. I can feel them wriggling against my tongue. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to vomit millipedes all over the stage. Everybody's going to see. They're going to laugh. Everybody. Except her. Lynne, save us! She won't laugh. She'll just watch and stare, and she won't do anything to help me. Why would she? I've never tried to be nice to her. Why would she be nice to me? Lynne! I can't keep upright. I fall to my knees, squashing several wriggling millipedes beneath me. There are more and more of them. They're not just crawling against my skin, over my brow, inside my bra. Instead, they're inside me. Inside my mouth. Beneath my eyes. Oh God. Secreted away inside my veins. I'm choking. I'm drowning. I'm dying. And everybody laughs. What the actual fuck? Okay, whatever drugs we took the other day, let's stop taking them. Hey Lynne, you finally woke up and good God, you look awful. Hello, what are you doing here and who are you? Vaughn. Morning, Sleeping Beauty. Did you have a good night? Oh, I blink. I think I might be staring. There's somebody in the kitchen I didn't expect to see this sleepy Monday morning. Jazz being awake is unusual enough, but it's the person sitting beside her that really makes me stare. It's a woman with dark skin and shockingly pink hair. Her face is comprised almost 50% of metal. She has enough piercings to set off the security system in any airport across the world. I can't even count the number of piercings she has. There are probably almost indefinitely more than I can see. This woman is called Vaughn, short for Yvonne. She's Jazz's older, kind of creepy friend. Vaughn hardly comes over. Dad doesn't like her. He thinks she's bad company. I'm not sure if I agree or not. Vaughn is pretty cool, but she's also rather scary. I think I last saw Vaughn 4 months ago. She said she'd become a Wiccan. She asked me if I wanted her to read my palm. I don't really believe in palm reading, but Vaughn is very, very convincing. And I was a little afraid that if she saw the imminent end of my life in my hands, it might come true. Hey there, Vaughn. I give her a shy little wave. Vaughn laughs. I don't know if I want to impress her or try to hide from her. The two conflicting emotions war inside my head. That's probably why I'm clinging to the side of the kitchen door like a lizard. It's bad enough that I just got out of bed, but I'm still wearing my pajamas. My hair is all messed up too. And what's new with you? Jazz is right. You don't look so hot. Oh, nothing. Just bad dreams. Yeah, must have been pretty awful. You look like a zombie. Thank you. Thank you? Coming from a woman like Vaughn, I think that might count as some sort of compliment. Maybe. Is it because of exams? I hear you have your GCSEs in a few weeks. It could be. It's a little stressful. Gotta be hard being the smart one of the family. I'm not, really. You're smarter than me. Well, that's not exactly hard, is it? Hey, don't be a bitch. Jazz tries to give Vaughn a shove, but Vaughn avoids her easily. Being quite heavily pregnant with a round stomach like a cannonball, Jazz can't really counter. All she can do is tut. And why aren't you at school, little miss? It's gone 9. It's study leave. Oh, I remember that. You always get study leave around the last month of year 11, huh? Yeah. That takes me back. It's been so long, I almost forgot. I meant to stay at home and study, I guess. That's why I'm in my pajamas. I don't need to get dressed yet. At least, I didn't think I did. If I'd known Vaughn was coming over, I might have cleaned myself up a bit. Well, don't stay up too late. You'll get panda eyes. Despite being so scary looking, Vaughn's actually pretty nice. She did let Jazz crash on sofa for a few weeks after that whole debacle with Dad. Then again, Jazz did get knocked up at the party Vaughn held at her house with all her weird goth friends, so maybe she felt responsible. Whatever. I don't really understand Jazz's relationship with Vaughn or how they became friends in the first place, but it's not my place to pry. All I know is Jazz and Vaughn have been friends for almost 6 years. Vaughn's 27, I think, so they must have met when Jazz was 13 and she was 21. That's a bit weird, but they've always gotten on pretty well. I don't think they're dating, but Jazz likes to make jokes. I'm sure they're nothing more than jokes, but with Jazz it can be hard to tell. I glance at the bread bin. The plastic bag of Warburton's half and half is all but empty, with only 2 slices remaining. As I thought, they're the crust. Thanks, Jazz. Thanks, Vaughn. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not hungry anyway. I sigh, closing the bread bin with a dull thud. Jazz blinks. Don't you want to eat anything? No, I'm fine. You'll get sick if you don't eat. You're already so tiny. I'll be alright. Memories of my dreams still linger in the corners of my mind. I'm afraid that if I put food in my mouth, it'll suddenly transform into squirming masses of spindly legs. Stress. I still feel sick. I need to get out of here. The kitchen is stifling. I'm actually going to see Susie. Are you going to study together? Something like that. Alright, whatever. Jazz gives me a lazy wave, her free hand resting against the bulge of her belly. She always seems to have one hand pressed against her belly nowadays. Maybe she's trying to communicate with the alien life form growing slowly inside of her. Or maybe she's trying to stop it from bursting out. That's a scary thought. Even scarier than Vaughn. Have a good one, Lynne. Don't stay out too late. If Dad gets back and you're not here, he'll go ballistic. I know. I know only too well. Well, I guess we're going to Susie's house. We are sorry to announce that the train departing from platform 2 to London Waterloo is delayed by approximately. I heave a sigh and glance at the electronic display board. The train times blink up bright orange against black. Susie lives a couple stops away. It should only take 5 minutes to get there, give or take, but there's some kind of holdup. None of the trains are running on time. For London, that's actually pretty rare. People always joke that it'll be the end of the world before trains start arriving on time, but trains and buses in London are pretty punctual. Even when they aren't, there are also so many other trains and buses that follow similar routes that it doesn't really matter. I wonder if somebody threw themselves onto the track. When there's a big delay like this, that's usually the case. It's a fact of life I've been aware of ever since I was 5. That's actually kind of depressing. I frown, tapping my foot against the platform, and why are we wearing the dress that we were wearing in our dream? Hello? A bag of chapsticks rolls past me. They bounce by the breeze. The packaging glimmers in the sun. There are enough bins around. Why do people litter? Are they really that compelled to cause petty crimes? Oh well, it's got nothing to do with me. Does it though? I glance up and down the platform again. It's a lot quieter than it usually is. I managed to miss rush hour. The businessmen I'm so used to are already at work. There are just a handful of stragglers like me, mostly dressed in casual clothes. Most are pedestrians milling about, glancing at the train times seem to be around my age. They're probably in year 11 too. We're all on study leave until the beginning of June. And speaking of people my age, is it Lynne? Hi there, Lynne, hello. I see a girl. A very familiar girl. A girl who looks a lot like me but at the same time decidedly isn't. She was in my dream last night, watching me with cold and impersonal eyes while I squirmed. She looks tidy and presentable as per usual. Her black hair is neat and straight. She's wearing casual clothes, but she manages to make them look sophisticated, like a model in a fashion magazine. I wonder how expensive her clothes are. They probably cost much, much more than mine. Lynne catches me staring and blinks. She looks at me, tilting her head to one side. Is she going to come over? Does she want to say hello? I hope she doesn't. I'd rather swallow a sewing needle than speak to her. I never talked to Lynne in school. I certainly don't want to talk to her outside of it. But why is she at the train station at this time anyway? She doesn't have any friends to visit. I know, because she's been in the same forum group as me since year 7. Maybe Miss Madley thought we'd get along since we look so similar, and I've never seen her talk to anyone. She just sits by herself, staring out into space. Not that she seems to mind. What a weird girl. I really can't stand her. In fact, I think I hate her. But I've said that already, haven't I? And well, we got to Susie's house. I just can't believe it. Susie sits on the edge of her bed, clutching a pink heart-shaped pillow tightly to her chest. Susie's chest is bigger than mine. Maybe that's why she's so popular. Sometimes when I look at Susie, I can't help but feel jealous. She's not just bustier than me, she's prettier too. Her clothes are nicer, her parents are richer. Susie's bedroom is really, really cute. It's pale pastel pink with a few stuffed toys lying on the bed and rose-shaped rug on the floor. Susie's bedroom is a little childish in a way, but I think it suits her. It must make a perfect backdrop to her live streams. What does she do during her streams anyway? Does she talk in Japanese or do cute dances? I don't know, I don't really want to know either. But Susie's expression right now isn't very cute. She's angry about something. Positively fuming. How could Aki ask me to do that? That's so degrading. What did he want you to do? Oh, all kinds of things, like, you know, stuff on the webcam, this and that. Susie grips the pillow even tighter. Ah. I don't know much about online relationships or offline relationships for that matter, so my advice might not be that useful, but... You're not even old enough, right? Like that matters. Get with the times, Lynne. Am I really that outdated? It's not my fault. It's hard to keep up with the current trends when I don't have a laptop, not like Susie. There is a computer in our house, but it's an old boxy one from the 2000s. It takes forever to start up and the internet connection is always guttering on and off. I've only ever used it for homework. I'd certainly never use it to try to have an illicit relationship with an Asian boy. Man, rather, on the other side of the world. Jazz would find out, or worse, Dad, and how embarrassing would that be? But it doesn't sound like that Susie wants an illicit relationship either. I don't know much about it, but wouldn't doing things on a webcam, it sounds a bit sad, doesn't it? We were certainly never thought about it in sex ed. Well, yeah, there's no one actually there, so you need to imagine a bit. At least I have a good imagination. Susie throws a pillow to one side and adjusts her pigtails. She strikes a pose. I'm everybody's cute little sister, Suzume. Oh god, this little weeb. That's her stage name, but can you really call it that when she doesn't perform on a stage? Her stage is her bedroom. I clap politely all the same. I don't know why. I feel obliged. When you do that, you sound like a completely different person. It's part of the act. Everyone loves it. Susie rolls her eyes. I think she's wearing false eyelashes and circle lenses. Everything about Susie seems a little too big or not entirely real. It's like watching an actress on TV. I thought Aki was different, but maybe he only likes me because of Suzume too. Girl, he's just a middle-aged man who wants to get into your pants. But he's writing you music. Yeah, not for free though. Guys don't help cute young girls out for free. They don't. Of course not. People are always thinking about themselves. Not that I'm much better. I mean, I'm using him too. Susie sighs. There are strings attached. You mean you have to do this and that? Yeah, this and that. So she pays him explicitly to write music and buy her stuff. Susie lies down on her bed and stares up at the ceiling. She must be mussing up her pigtails, but she doesn't seem to care. The cute little sister Suzume is gone. Now it's just Susie. It was always just Susie. I don't mind playing around with him that much, I guess. It can be kind of fun and I like the attention, but I don't know. You can go too far. Did he make you feel uncomfortable? Yeah, I mean, I'm on my period. Why do you want to do, you know, intimate things? Susie makes little quotation marks with her fingers. I guess there's a limit to how intimate moments can really be when you're separated by thousands of miles of ocean. When I'm bleeding profusely and my stomach hurts. Oh, I look down at my thighs. I start to blush. Did he want to see? Yeah, he always asks to see. Creepy old man. I said I didn't wanna, but he was so insistent, and I was like, whatever. If it'll make you shut up, I don't really care, but it's gross, you know? Yeah, Susie pulls a face. I felt fine at the time, I think. I don't know. I didn't really feel good, but whatever. He seemed to be enjoying himself, and I told myself it was fine as long as one of us did, but... Hey! Hey! Consent is a thing. Aki is pushing his boundaries way too far. Susie bites her lower lip. It's very soft and shimmery. She must be wearing lip gloss. I don't know. When I woke up this morning, I felt kind of... I can't explain it. Dirty. She holds her pillows even closer to her chest. She's still staring up at the ceiling. Her hair fans out about the bed like a halo. I didn't want to do it, so why did I agree to it? Why'd I let him push me around like that? I'm not a pushover. I'm good at sticking up for myself usually, so... I don't get it. He wasn't even here. It wasn't like he could make me do anything. There was nothing he could have done, really. Maybe you felt like you had to. Why'd you say that? Well, he is a lot older than you, and hasn't he been doing you all those favors? He bought you a lot of expensive clothes. Yeah, I guess. That's what I thought maybe. I think he did a lot for me, so... Susie shakes her head. That's dumb. I don't owe him anything. I don't think so either. Especially not when I'm on my period. No way. Guys are stupid. They don't understand how girls feel. Shouldn't he feel flattered I'm going out with him at all? Whatever. Susie suddenly gets onto her feet. She throws her heart-shaped pillow at her bed. It hits the headboard with a dull thud and falls limply against the pale pink mattress. I didn't bring you here to talk about boring shit like this. Lynne, you're going to be my camera woman for the day, alright? Alright? I've been practicing a dance lately. It's pretty popular. I should be able to rack up a decent amount of views on Nico Nico if I record it. I want to do it outside, too. Outside? Yeah, outside. You got a problem with that? Not really, but... I've been Susie's camera woman for the last few months, ever since she started to gain some serious traction online. It's a very lucrative business, not YouTubing. Susie learns the dances, puts on a cute outfit, and then we go out into her back garden. Susie performs while I film her, trying to stop my hands shaking with an old Canon camera that used to belong to her dad and film her. Susie's dad goes birdwatching sometimes. There's an abundance of old unused cameras lying around Susie's house. She makes good use of them. But I've never filmed Susie beyond the boundaries of her back garden. Are you sure this is fine? Yeah, it's fine. I don't have problems with it. Videos are more popular if they're done in public, like at a park. The scenery is nicer. These kinds of videos usually get more views. You can pull people in on the shock factor too. Like, I did this cute anime dance in public. Oh my goodness. I guess Susie's done her research. Beyond her little sister Suzume persona, Susie's pretty calculating. She'll do almost anything to boost her views and increase her fan base. I'm impressed, but... if you dance outside, people will stare at you. So what? A few stares won't kill me. They might insult you. I can deal with it. What if they throw things? People don't throw things in Hyde Park. It wouldn't be respectable. I feel like pointing out that most young girls don't dance to cute Japanese songs in Hyde Park either, but I don't. Instead, I say, my voice unpleasantly whiny even to my own ears. Susie. Hey, don't you Susie me. You're not the one who has to dance. I am. They won't say anything mean to you. But you don't have to. I do. It'll be good for my career. I'm trying to make money out of this. It's not all fun and games, Lynne. Oh god. Susie! Things are getting really real with the YouTubing here. I can deal with it. After talking to Aki yesterday, I've had it up to here. Susie gestures to her neck. With gross guys. If anybody's rude to me, I'll make them regret it. I'm not sure how Susie will make them regret it exactly. She's taller than me, but she's not that tall, and she's so skinny too. But Susie's quite fierce. For a few moments, she has convinced me. She's dating a guy who's in his 30s. She must know what she's doing. Right? I hope she does. I'm lying on my bed not doing anything in particular, just staring at my ceiling. I should probably be studying, but I can't even bring myself to look at my textbooks. The mere thought of cracking them open makes me feel ill. So I don't look at them. I keep staring at the ceiling. I think about Susie. I think about Aki. I think about Jazz. I even think about Jazz's unborn baby. I wonder what she's going to call him. Jazz had a scan a while back. The doctor said her baby was going to be a boy. I asked Jazz if she was going to name her baby after Dad, and Jazz let out this colossal snort and rolled her eyes back so far into her skull, I thought they'd fall out. I didn't press the issue, but I decided to take that as a no. Our house is cramped enough as it is. There are only 2 bedrooms, Mom and Dad in one and Jazz and I in the other. I've never had a room of my own. I envy Susie, who has such a nice big bedroom filled with things. She's an only child and she doesn't have any brothers or sisters to worry about. I'm sure Susie's parents have more than enough room in their house to slot in a newborn baby, but I can't ask them to take in Jazz's kid. I don't think Susie's parents like me very much, let alone my bastard baby brother. That still leaves one question. Where will the baby go? Where will he fit? And what will Dad say when the baby's been born? He won't be able to pretend Jazz isn't pregnant then, not when the evidence is staring right at him in the face. Will he lose his temper? What if he makes a scene at the hospital? What if he starts shouting at Jazz? I can hardly bear to think about it. Maybe I shouldn't think about it. I don't want to, but... Lynne, are you busy? There's a dull knock against my bedroom door. Uh-oh. It's Dad. Lynne! Hey, Lynne! He knocks again. He isn't knocking very loudly, but I know Dad well enough to know this could become violent at any given second. I sit up, brushing my fingers through my hair and hasten to answer him. I'm free, you can come in. The door handle turns. The lock clicks. I swallow. Dad stands in the doorway in all his glory. He's a huge hulking figure, over 6 feet tall, with broad shoulders and hands large enough to crush whole walnuts. When I was a little girl, I couldn't imagine there existed anybody bigger than him. I was wrong. Dad isn't even that tall, not compared to other people. He's a little above average, I guess, and the muscles he's developed through the years of manual labor add to his intimidating physique, but there are bigger men. But I don't live with any men like that, and even if I did, I haven't learned to be scared of them. Not in the same way I've learned to be scared of Dad. Hey, Lynne! But Dad doesn't look very intimidating right now. He lingers in the doorway, his face strangely guilty, like he expects to get scolded. Can I come in? Sure. I scoot to one side of my bed, opening up space for Dad to take a seat. He does so, but not before closing the door behind him. My fingers curl into fists against my better judgment. I wonder why. Self-defense? You're not cross with me, are you? I'm not cross. Why? You've been a bit quiet lately, and you've hardly said anything at dinner. You hardly ate anything either. Oh. I didn't think he noticed. I thought he was too busy listing all of Jazz's faults and flaws. Rude, ungrateful, careless, irresponsible, inconsiderate, prideful. The list goes on and on. I wasn't hungry. Are you sure? I think you've lost a bit of weight lately. Really? Your cheeks are hollowing out. You look like a little skeleton. Maybe it's true. I've suffered from nightmares for as long as I can remember. They've been growing more and more pronounced lately. The nightmare last night about the stage show and the insects was rather tame in comparison. You've had worse nightmares? How can I expect to eat after such awful dreams? I'm fine, really. I'm not hungry, that's all. You're not on some kind of diet, are you? I shake my head. Good. I'm not a girl, but I know you're all into silly stuff like that. Jazz was the same at your age, but now... Keep talking about Jazz, getting a stressed Dad. Dad grits his teeth together. For a few moments, I worry he's going to explode. But then he exhales heavily and his posture relaxes. That's not important. We're not talking about Jazz. Let's talk about you. There isn't much to talk about, really. Nonsense, you're my little girl. I really am little compared to Dad. I don't see how my littleness makes me more interesting, but I keep quiet. It's best to keep quiet around Dad. Your exams are coming up. Nervous? A bit. Well, it's normal to be nervous. I was nervous when I had my exams too. It's part of being a kid. He ruffles the top of my head with a big callous hand. It feels like I'm being mauled by a crab. That's kinda ironic because we kinda gave him a Mr. Crab voice. You'll be fine, Lynne. You've been studying, haven't you? Well, not today, really. I glance at my bedside table, stacked high with Jazz's old textbooks that I haven't bothered to open. I swallow. Uh-oh. I don't know what hurts more, Dad's large hand on top of my head or the weight of his expectations. Yeah, I've been studying. Good girl, so long as you try your best, that's all I can ask for. And also not to fail, possibly. I'll try. Even more stress we go, but I know I don't mean it. Is that what you were doing with Susie today, love? Studying? Yeah. That's nice. I knew she was a good influence. I'm glad you're hanging out with the right sort of kids, Lynne, not like Jazz. She was always going off with that awful Vaughn girl, though she's so much older than our Jazz. I should have been stricter. I told her off enough times, but... Jazz doesn't listen. She doesn't, does she? Never has done, never will, even when I shout at her. It makes me wonder what the point of all this is. He sighs. What kind of father am I if I can't discipline my own children? I don't think anybody could discipline Jazz. She's a law unto herself. My wry comment brings a smile to Dad's lips. It's rare that I see Dad smile, but when he does, it's usually around me. I'm not trying to boast, that's just how things are. Jazz never makes Dad smile, she makes him shout and spit and rage. You're right, totally right. You're often right, Lynne. I don't know. I do. Don't sell yourself short. I was like Jazz when I was her age. I thought I knew best. I never listened to anybody, least of all my parents. I was a shithead. I made a lot of mistakes when I was raising Jazz, so did Mary. I don't want to make the same mistakes with you. I want you to study hard. I want you to get a good job. I want you to make something of yourself. You know that, don't you, sweetie? Look at all those expectations stacking onto us. All of a sudden, my throat feels dry. My head pulsates. Full of millipedes is my mind, dear wife. I think that's from Shakespeare, Macbeth. We were studying it in school. At least I remember something. Too bad all the things I remember are completely worthless. But why am I telling you this? You're a good girl, a smart girl. You might not be great at math or science, but I know you'll ace English for sure. Your English teacher always said nice things about you at Parents' Evening. That ruffles the top of my head. The stress goes up. You'll do it right, love. I have faith in you. You'll make your old man proud. Jazz never did, but you're different. I hope you don't let me down. Oh, God. I sigh softly. Big noises escape from my lips. I hardly sound intelligent, but at least I'm sentient. I know I still exist. It's the middle of the night and the lights are dim and the sky is filled with stars, but I still exist. I don't need to find proof of my own worth from strangers on the internet like Susie does. I don't extort older men for clothes and shoes and accessories online while pretending to be somebody I'm not. I don't want to. I don't think any man, no matter how desperate, would want to go out with me either. I've never been good at playing pretend like Susie. When we were little kids, Susie was always the one who created complicated backstories for our dolls, or divvied up the roles when we played at being happy families. I've never had much of a model to go on. I gasp. I tip my head back. My head is wedged beneath my head and it hurts a little. It tugs at my scalp whenever I shift, but I try to ignore it. If nobody else wants me, no man or woman, then I can at least want myself. Since I share a bedroom with Jazz, I don't often get a chance to do this. I might as well make the most out of it. Jazz is still out. I don't know what she's doing or where she is, but she's probably with Vaughn. Dad was livid when he discovered Jazz still wasn't back home by 11 o'clock. Dad tried to keep his voice down, but I could hear him murmuring angrily to Mom in their room. That girl has no sense of respect. I'll wring her neck when she gets back. The walls in our house are thin. I can hear everything from my bedroom. I can hear the wind rattling my window pane. I can hear the faulty taps in the bathroom. I can hear the humming of the fridge downstairs. Sometimes I can hear the springs of Mom and Dad's bed creaking. I wish I couldn't. When we were younger, Jazz and I used to giggle about it. Jazz giggled about it, rather, and then went on to tell me where babies came from and exactly what Mom and Dad were doing in excruciating detail. I told Jazz she was gross, she laughed and told me I was being a baby. Jazz was 9 then. I was 6. I haven't heard the springs in Mom and Dad's room creaking for a while. More often than not, I just hear low, angry murmuring. Arguing. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it isn't so quiet. The house is almost quiet now, but it's a deceptive silence that contains something deeper. Something darker. The wind outside. The slow, steady dripping of the bathroom taps. The sad, sniffling sounds my mother makes when she sleeps. My own soft sighs. Oh shit! I just realized what Lynne's doing right now. This is a mature game with mature content, let's just put it at that. I wonder what I should think about. I don't really know. Anything about Mom and Dad? Susie's told me a little about this before. She's had boyfriends and now she has Aki. And I've had sex ed classes, but I'm not really good at this. I'm not good at making myself feel good. I'd look it up online, but there's only one shared computer in the house, and I'm too worried somebody will find out what I've been searching for. I don't know what to do, so I grope and poke ineffectually and hope for the best. I don't really understand my body. It's strange and alien. Whenever I take a shower or take a bath, I try not to look at it too much. My body makes me feel depressed. I thought the teenage years were meant to be the best of your life. Why then do I look so ugly? I don't just look ugly. I feel ugly. Doing this is ugly. I don't deserve to feel good. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel good. There's too much guilt attached and awkwardness too, because my parents might wake up at any second. Maybe if I whimper beneath my breath like they do during those sex scenes in all those movies I've ever seen, it'll feel good. But the sex scenes in movies are all staged. Even if they weren't, they usually involve at least 2 people, and there's only one of me. There'll only be ever one of me. I'm not too sure about that. I'll always be alone. Up goes the stress. No attractive men will try to proposition me online. They'll never buy me expensive gifts in exchange for long drawn-out loveless cybersex. No boys will try to get me drunk at parties, fuck me in Vaughn's bedroom, then leave without giving a name or their phone number. No guy will want to hold my hand or kiss my lips or say that he loves me because according to Susie, romance is dead and I shouldn't hope for too much in this day and age. Yo, okay, hold up. We're gonna take a little break from all of this bullshit. Everyone watching right now, especially the youngins, young boys and girls. Yo, you are worth it. There will be no one else on this planet like you. Whatever you think about yourself, however you try to put yourself down, I just want you to know that you should believe that you're worth it, that I think that you're worth it. Most of all, you are worth it, period. Never let anyone or yourselves get you down. And if you guys ever need help, if you guys are suffering from mental illnesses, please reach out to people, talk to them about what you're feeling, try to get some help. And if people try to reach out to you, I hope that you would take their hand. Because honestly, this game is getting way too real. We should probably get back to it. Why else do you think so many guys watch me when I livestream? It's because they're lonely. Maybe everybody's lonely. Isn't that why I'm doing this? I don't know. It doesn't make me feel any better. I sound unconvincing. My soft gasps are hollow and empty and devoid of emotion. I must look so stupid. I feel stupid. And I'm supposed to be the smart one. If I was more like her. But why am I thinking about that? Oh god. I tense. My fingers spasm. My back arches, but not because I've managed to achieve climax or anything like that. I don't know what that feels like. Susie says it feels good. I'll take her word for it. Susie lost her virginity at the start of the school term. She's only 15. That's young. Not just young. It's illegal. It's especially shocking considering Susie is supposed to be a good girl who comes from a nice and normal family. Her dad watches birds and her mother translates manuals for assembling TVs and kitchen cupboards. I don't think they ever argue. They don't seem like the arguing sort. But Susie lost her virginity when she was 15, so maybe that's the normal thing that girls do. I think Jazz was around that age too, but I haven't. I've never held hands with a boy, let alone kissed one. Let alone anything else. Maybe I shouldn't try to think about guys. It's not really working, it just makes me feel even more aware of how alone I am. So, a girl then? Should I think about a girl? Susie? No, not Susie, Shiazaki. Then... Vaughn? What about the other me? The Lynne with the extra E, whose name would be worth more points than mine on a Scrabble board. Does she know how to do this properly? I doubt it. She's so prim and proper. She never talks to anyone in class. When we learned about sex in class, she faced forwards and looked attentive enough, but in this kind of distant way. Like it had nothing to do with her. Like she was never ever going to have sex with any boy. Not like I can judge. I bet I'll never ever have sex with a boy either. I'm going to die sad and alone. And I hope Lynne does too. It wouldn't be fair if she has a better love life than me. She's already prettier than me and smarter, and her family's richer than mine. Why does she have to take everything I want? It's not fair. Maybe it's because she comes from a better household than I do. Lynne's shoes are never scuffled, and the pleats of her skirt are always crisp and neatly ironed. Could I look pretty like her if I tried? I don't know. Thinking about it, Lynne does have quite a nice body. I wonder what it would feel like if she touched me. If she kissed me. If her tongue was inside my mouth. What would that feel like? I work my fingers around, slowly tracing circles in an intimate place I'm a little too embarrassed to actually name. I've never tried thinking about a girl like this before, least of all Lynne. It's... strange. Maybe that's why I'm a little louder than usual. But I can't be loud. The walls are too thin. I don't want my parents to hear. But it's starting to feel good. And I'm getting kind of wet. And my stress went down? It's going down. Well, hello, Jazz. How you doing? Lynne? What on earth are you doing? Oh, shit. For a few moments, I forget about being quiet. The thought goes out of my head altogether. It's hard to be quiet when your big sister is standing in the doorway of your shared bedroom, looking at you with evident amusement, with one hand resting against her large pregnant belly. Jazz! I pull my hand away from between my thighs like I've been burnt. I think I really am burning. My face is red raw. It's a good thing I still have my covers pulled up around me, but it shouldn't have been obvious what I was doing. You could have knocked. Sorry, I didn't know you were doing that while I was gone. You always seem like such a good girl. Jazz snickers. She looks wickedly amused, like she's seen something hilarious. Like I'm hilarious. Who would ever take me seriously anyway? Oh god. My face burns. And the stress is going back up. I pull my duvet about me tightly. I wrap it around my body like a shield. I wish I could kid myself that it's an invisibility cloak, but Jazz's eyes are still boring into me. Arrgh. I can hear Dad shifting around in his sleep in my parents' room. The springs of an old mattress that need replacing 10 years ago creak. I hold my breath waiting. But after that, he falls silent. The soft sound of his snoring permeates the house once more. The tap in the bathroom continues to drip. At least he didn't wake him up. Jazz shuts the bedroom door behind her with a soft thud. Is he mad at me? Oh, he's livid. Thought so. Why were you out so late anyway? I was at Vaughn's. We were watching Saw. Why Saw? 'Cause it's awesome. I don't think Saw is something pregnant women should be watching. They should put a warning on it, like alcohol or cigarettes. The baby might be born all messed up. Is that how serial killers are made? I just meant to watch the first one, I swear, but then Vaughn brought out the second and third and... Well, I kinda wanted to marathon them. Did you worry about what Dad would say? A bit, but I didn't want to think about Dad. I'm an adult. I should be allowed to do what I want. And you want to watch Saw? Yep. It's not even Halloween. But I got the fright of my life when I came back, let me tell you. You're horrible. Jazz snickers again. I'm just teasing, don't take it to heart. You're a healthy young girl. You're a healthy young girl. It's perfectly normal you'd want to enjoy yourself a little. Shut up. Don't look so huffy, I'm a girl too, I know what it's like. But be quiet. Jazz smirks. Though you did sound a bit like a dying cow. Jasmine! I want to shout at her, but I can't risk waking Dad. Dad gets angry enough as it is without being aroused in the middle of the night. And I hate to think what he would say to Jazz once he sees she's back. All I can do is whisper angrily instead. I'm mad Jazz has taken away even my right to be angry. But I've never been very good at expressing myself. What? I'm just saying. You don't have to say. Well, sorry for trying to give you some advice. Wouldn't you rather it come from me than your future boyfriend? I'm never going to have a boyfriend. Well, your legs are getting kinda hairy. Don't talk about my body like that. Hey, don't sweat it. I'm not exactly rocking a bikini body either. Jazz pats her stomach. I pout in return and Jazz laughs. She ruffles my hair. Don't worry, Lynne. This is just between you and me. I won't tell anyone. Really? Yeah, although... What? Jazz prods me in the cheek. You were pulling some weird fucking faces. It looked like you'd been possessed. It was actually pretty scary. No comment. My face burns bright red with shame.